I don't know how to open this. You guessed it, readers. It's time to introduce another segment to the channel. Now, the main reason why this segment is a thing is because I suck at one thing in particular. I can't make vision boards worth a damn. And I've come to realize that despite the majority of them being filled with motherfucking pipe dreams that are unrealistic as fuck, that they can be useful. And who knows, you might be able to achieve some of those pipe dreams that are unrealistic as fuck if you keep your mind to it. My problem is, I'm a lazy bastard. I don't feel like cutting out pictures from magazines. I don't feel like buying glue sticks because I'm not in elementary school anymore. I also don't feel like either obtaining large pieces of cardboard or going to the craft store to get a small slab of cardboard because I'm not in elementary school anymore. So I figured, hey, I have this YouTube platform. Let me just do it this way. So if anything, this installment of videos are basically for me, but if you're interested in seeing what I want to achieve in the near to far distant future, why not? I need content. So I would like to appropriately call this segment Readus Reaches. And the way I'm going to do this is that every video will be its own category. So it won't just be like a clusterfuck of things that I just want or want to achieve. No, my OCD has to keep things in a certain order. So in this video, I would like to share with you my top 10 YouTubers that one of these days I would love to do a collab with, along with the reasons why I respect these YouTubers as well. So let's start at number 10, Amy Dallen. Now, I first heard of Amy Dallen from Geek and Sundry's vlog channel, and a lot of the stuff that she talks about are right up my alley, like comic books. Yeah, just mostly comic books. I love talking to individuals that share my hobbies and also know what the fuck that they're talking about. And I also like hearing different perspectives about things, even if we disagree. So if anything, I would just like to have a conversation with her, or like interview her, or just like do a little back and forth just to exchange thoughts and opinions about certain characters that we like. I would love to get her opinion on Batwoman. I would love to give her opinion on Hush, which leads me to number 9. Neil McNeil. Now, I found out about Neil McNeil in the same way I found out about Amy Dallen. He and his co-star Becca Canote run the Geeking Out blog on Geek and Sundry, in which they talk about LGBT influence and progressions within geek and nerd culture, which is something that I'm an advocate for. I follow both his and Becca's personal YouTube channels ever since I was introduced to them through the Geek and Sundry blogs. However, I feel like I relate more to Neil's style of YouTubing, along with his thought process regarding certain things in pop culture, comics, superhero, and different types of fandoms that I also enjoy. Plus, it'll just be fun to pick his brain and get another perspective of things that I like through a fellow male member of the LGBT community. Number 8. Andre, aka the Black Nerd. Mainly for the same reasons I have for Neil McNeil and Amy Dallen, but on a broader scale. I'm talking comics, movies, TV shows, things like that. Plus, I feel like if we do the right type of collaboration, we could work off each other really well. The same could be said for number 7, Jeremy Johns. Like Jeremy Johns, I also have a love of movies, watching them, and I've been following him for probably a good 2 years. I really look up to his rating system, if you could call it one. And whereas we don't necessarily agree all the time as far as where we stand on certain movies are concerned, it'll be fun at least just to hang out with each other, shoot the shit, talk about our favorite movies, why we dislike the movies that each other likes, things like that. And now for number 6, Gerard Khalil, aka The Completionist. Reason number 1, because Bay. Reason number 2, I haven't done my research as much as I should have, but I think that he built that one video gamer up from the ground up. It's like, he's accomplished a lot over these past 3 years, just because he loves video games. I admire that in the guy, so I would really like to meet him, if anything, just to get a sense of what he goes through every day, how he operates every day, how he accomplishes everything that he does, even with the entourage of people that he has, with that one video gamer as a whole. I really commend Gerard for everything that he's accomplished, and I would like to put myself in the company of people who have done that, because that's kind of something that I would like to do. Number 5. Grace Helbig, aka my very first YouTube crush. I find this woman's sense of humor absolutely adorable. I also commend her for writing 2 books doing comedy tours while writing those books, and still maintaining a YouTube channel that she had to restart from the ground up after sectioning off from that damn channel. I would just be happy to be a guest on like Not Too Deep, which is a great podcast. I've listened to numerous episodes of it. Number 4, Wil Wheaton. I feel like I don't need to explain myself, but I'm going to do it anyway. Unlike many nerds out there in the world, I wasn't introduced to Wil Wheaton through Star Trek The Next Generation, because I didn't grow up on Star Trek The Next Generation. I didn't grow up on Star Trek. I grew up on Star Wars. And when I was younger, Star Trek used to bore me. But I am enjoying it now. I've been watching Star Trek The Next Generation now. I found out about Wil Wheaton through Geek and Sundry, through his show Tabletop, and most recently Titan's Grave, The Ashes of Valkana. I love his work ethic. I love the fact that even from the ground up, he's always been one of us. Like, fame never, messed his head up to the point where, he forgot where he came from. That was the wrong accent for that situation. Also, he's creative as fuck. The fact that he came up with Valkana all on his own just proves that he also loves storytelling. He has to be in order to come up with a world that vast. So once again, just to pick his brain and to let him know that A, I'm a huge fan, B, I'm not a dick, and C, I would love to play more games. That was utterly cheesy. I'm very disappointed in myself. So now we get to the top 3. So, number 3, Lilly Singh, aka reason number 1, because also bae. Reason number 2, her work ethic is so on point. I have no choice but to give this woman props. I love that about Lilly. And it pays off so well. I watch her blogs, and I see how much happiness she brings to her fans' faces. And she's completely overwhelmed by it all the time. And I'm completely overwhelmed by it. And it's like, oh man, I want to be just like that. I want to bring that much happiness into somebody's life. Even if I don't collab with her, I just want to meet with her, just want to talk with her. Even if I just get that generic advice as I keep doing what you're doing and it'll come, I still just want to let her know that it's everything that you're doing is awesome. And I admire how much sweat and work equity you put in to get there. Number 2, Hannah Hart. Because I wouldn't know most of these people without her. Readers, my Drunk Kitchen is the reason why I know a lot of these YouTubers. Grace Helbig, Lilly Singh, everyone outside of those who follow video games and comic books, they probably guest starred on my Drunk Kitchen, probably guest starred on one of her other videos. And she was one of the very first LGBT YouTubers I've started watching. Which brings me to my number 1 YouTuber that I respect so much that I want to collab with in either the near or the distant future. Heartbeat. I found out about Heartbeat through, like I said before, through one of Hannah's videos. Readers, this woman is so chill. Hardworking to the T, not just on YouTube, but in her field of studies, producing, sound technician, making music, all of that. Heartbeat was who showed me it is possible to be on YouTube as not only a person of color, but a person of color in the LGBT community, and still be successful in the sense of people appreciating what you're doing and what you're putting out there. Whereas I've been a fan of her for probably 3 to 4 months, I backlog at least half of her videos on both her regular channel and her queer channel. And Heart, I just want to let you know I'm a huge admirer of what you do, a huge admirer of your work ethic and what you put out there, and I would love to collaborate with you one day. Whether you're in Detroit or I'm in LA, let's get it poppin'. I feel like after that last sketch, DeMonte deserves a date. I'm just saying. But yeah, readers, your homework assignment. Let me know what YouTubers you look up to. I love to be introduced to new YouTubers, whether or not it's talking about gaming, movies, comics, anything that you find interesting, I may find interesting, so you never know. And speaking of interesting, has this video been interesting? If it has, give it a like, because I'm a bit self-conscious about this. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep doing these. I don't care. But this has been Readus 101. Class dismissed.